Hey guys, how's it going? So I want to make a series of videos here. I want to talk to, or to kind of tell you guys, what's going on with me. First, I want to say thank you for everybody that's reached out to Amy and I for your support and everything. It's been much appreciated. But I kind of want to give you an idea of, because it's too much to really type, and people that are really close to me know what's going on. But for the rest of you guys really don't know. And it's hard to explain through a text message. So I've got a extremely rare disease called pigmented volungular nodule synovitis, or pvns for short. You can Google pvns and it'll give you all sorts of stuff. Basically what it is, it's super aggressive tumors that grow typically in a joint, knee, ankle, elbow, shoulder, hip. Mine happens to be in the hip, which is pretty rare. And they're not cancerous, but they are similar to cancer in as they destroy everything, but they don't spread throughout your body, so it stays localized in that area. So I was diagnosed with this in 2012. I landed in the hospital after working out really hard. The next day I couldn't walk. I was literally carried into the hospital by my best friend. So, and I stayed in the hospital for almost a week. They had no idea even when I left what was wrong with me. They just got it under control to where I could start to function again. It took about another 3 to 4 weeks before I could walk normally again. And then we decided to go in and do a biopsy and clean out the hip, because they figured out that there was some stuff in there, but they didn't know what it was. So they did the biopsy, and that's when they tested it and found out that I had pvns. So basically now we're at a point where we went and did another clean out. They went and did an orthoscopic clean out on it, and it didn't work. Orthoscopically, they can only get to so much. There's certain parts of the hip that they can't get to, and those parts of the hip, it's just been festering and growing in there since 2012, so 5 years. So MRIs don't always show. It shows that there's something in there, but it can't always show what it is. The first MRI I did, it looked like I had fluid in there, so they went in and tried to drain it, and when nothing came out, doctors were scratching their heads going, well, we don't understand what's going on. So it's been a tough road. And I have good days. And the good days are scary, because when I feel good, going out and doing things that push it, walking around a pool table can cause a catch, which can cause a flare-up, which can cause me to be on my recliner for 2 or 3 days in pain. There's pain pretty much every day. But on the good days, I have to be really mindful that it's not getting better. It's still there. I'm just having a good day, because I could go out and just turn wrong, walking too fast, and I'm done. I could end up back in the emergency room again. So it's been a real pain in my butt. And it's really hard. I remember when my wife started, when she first started having issues, she had said something to me that kind of rings true for myself, that being in healthcare for as long as she's been in, it's really hard when people are always talking about how they're in pain, and they need this and they need that, and your mindset is, oh, it can't be that bad, suck it up a little bit, or is this for real, like, are you really hurting that bad? And you don't know until you go through something like that. And I remember when she started going through it, like, her range of empathy changed, and it got me thinking. I obviously feel for my wife and what she's been through, but now going through it myself, you're kind of like, damn, chronic pain is a real thing. Like, people really have this, and it's tough. It's tough in a lot of different aspects, because when you're dealing with something like that, you have to work through emotional setbacks, because it's hard when the things that you're used to doing. I didn't swing a golf club at all this summer. It's the first time in 20 years I haven't played golf. you know, and I put my golf clubs in storage so I didn't have to look at them, you know. But it's tough when you have to learn to adjust your lifestyle, and you have to learn to accept the fact that there are certain things you might never be able to do again. Accept the fact that you have to live with pain. Accept the fact that doctors don't know what the hell to do with you. You know, there's a lot of big scary things coming up that I don't know what's going to happen. You know, and it's hard. So, but if you guys want to do any further, you know, research on what pvns is and the history of it or anything like that, you know, I kind of gave you the simplest form, but if you Google it, it'll come up with some stuff on there. But you know, I just kind of want to just share with you kind of where we're at. They want to put me on a form of chemotherapy that only has about a 20% chance of working over doing the surgery, which is the most common way of fixing this. But downside is the surgery has so many risks involved within itself, and even with everything, you know, there's still a 30 to 50% chance of it coming back in the next 3 to 5 years. So, you know, there's no real clear cut cure for this, you know. So, but till then, you know, we're gonna keep rocking. You know, another thing I'll share with you guys that are watching this video is, if you are, I'm 42 years old. I made a lot of bad choices when I was younger that caused me to get a really late start on my life. And if you're watching this and you aren't doing anything, if all you have is a job, if all you have is a 9-to-5 job, and I'm not doing this to sell or promote my businesses. If you don't want to join my business, I don't care. But you got to do something. You've got to invest. You've got to, you know, don't rely on a 401k. You know, get yourself set up, because you never know. You never know what's going to happen that's going to change your life to the point that your lifestyle has to change. You know, and 60% of your pay on disability is not. Who can live on 60%? You know, your lifestyle is adjusted. Your lifestyle is adjusted to what you make. You live within your means, and when your means change, you know, if your means go up by 40%, holy crap, your lifestyle increased dramatically. Imagine when they go down 40%. You know, so if you guys aren't doing something to supplement income, to have extra money coming in from somewhere, whether it's passively, you know, through investments, or whether it's, you know, working a side business, I highly recommend you guys do it, you know. And again, that doesn't mean join me if you don't like me, whatever, I don't care. But do it for yourself, do it for your family, do it for your security. You know, do something. If you're 20 years old, 40 years old, 60 years old, you know, it's never too late to do something to make sure that in a few years, or a couple years, or a couple months down the road, if something happens, you don't still have some money coming in. You know what I mean? So anyhow, that's all I wanted to share for today. I'm going to do update videos. I'm going in for a second opinion in just a few weeks at a different hospital with some different doctors to kind of go over options and see what the best course of action is going to be. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So again, I want to thank everybody that's reached out with their support and their love and their prayers, and you know, all of you from that have been friends with me for a long time and know me since high school or even beyond, all of you that I work with in different businesses. You know, it's tough times, and it means a lot. So thanks so much. So you guys have a wonderful day, and we will talk to you all soon. Take care.